course, going into overtime to hold this Atlanta team off?
We just gutted it out. It was just fine margins, made enough baskets, made enough hustle plays, enough rebounds, just to get us over the line. So it wasn't pretty, but we found a way, and we'll take it.
With James, he was much more aggressive with 20 field goal attempts. Is this something that you continue to talk to him about? Obviously, he's been in facilitator mode in these first few games with the big three together. But how much have you guys been encouraging him to be aggressive and look for his?
Yeah, I think encouraging is the word. I don't want to force him. He knows what he's doing, and he knows where his body's at and where this process of assimilating to a new group is. So we want him to be aggressive, but we're going to give him his head and let him decide how he plays. But we definitely love it when he's aggressive, and there's some tough matchups out there for him. And he got going at an important time, and we found a way to get it done somehow.
Blake Andrews, ESPN.
Steve, I think this is the third game consecutively you've had the same starters, and you guys haven't started the same group more than 4 times consecutively this season. Do you feel like you're starting to get towards a groove where this may be the core that you want to move forward with for your starters and then start to figure out that bench rotation?
Yeah, it's getting there. I mean, I'm hesitant to say that just because tomorrow it'll be something else. It'll be a COVID protocol or, something will happen and we'll be back to mixing it up. But I think we have to stay flexible and stay ready at the same time. I like where we're going with it. By no means are we set on this, but right now it feels pretty good.
Christian Winfield, New York Daily News.
Hey, Coach, you guys had 23 points, 23 fast break points tonight, including one play in overtime. I think Joe gets that strip, and then the ball gets to James, gets right up court to Jeff for the dunk. Is that part of the reason why you guys want to really hammer down on this defense? Obviously, yes, you want to stop guys from scoring, but does it unlock another layer for you guys to get out in transition and get some easy buckets?
Yeah, I mean, I think when you do get stops, you have an opportunity to go against a more unsettled defense, in whether it's transition or semi-transition. So, I mean, there's many, many reasons why defending well is a positive, but that is one small one. For me, frankly, I think we'll figure out ways to score. It's more about getting stops, and we don't turn the ball, we don't turn other teams over a ton, but if we can just get stops and rebound, and we've been rebounding better, we'll be in good shape.
Ryan Lewis, New York Post.
Hi, Steve. When you talk about James's aggression level and you trust him to make the correct decisions, I'm curious if you've noted his conditioning as we've gone make dramatic improvements, or is this just a matter of him getting in better chemistry and in better sync with his teammates late in games?
I think both. I think he's getting comfortable just with his surroundings, but he's definitely getting in better shape. So, that's it's important, and he's just going to get better the more comfortable he gets and the better shape he gets. So, tonight's any indication, he's going to, have a huge influence on our team and make other players better.
Alex Schiffer, The Athletic.
Hey, Steve, you had 32 from Kevin tonight, and this marked his 15th game. You've said before how, when gauging where he's at, you'd like to see him get 15 to 20 games before really going there. Just as he approaches this benchmark or is at it, depending upon how you want to look at it, how do you kind of adjust, gauging where he's at, if at all? Yeah,
I mean, obviously he's played great offensively. I think he's still trying to get comfortable, though. That's how good he is. But, he's just a walking bucket. He's just out there on the floor, and he can fall into baskets just with his talent, skill, and length, athleticism. So he looks great. He's moving great. He's scoring the ball well. I think he still, though, has layers to go just to continue to feel more comfortable defensively, rebounding, rounding out his game, all the things that he's been able to do outside of scoring, and that confidence. I think for him, just feeling comfortable playing basketball again after such a long layoffs takes time. No matter how good he is, how many points he scores, how many 30-point games in a row he has, I think he's still trying to feel it himself, and that takes time. You can't just not play for 18 months, have a short camp, start playing and feel it, in the first 10, 15 games. It might take another 10, 15 games. So he's been remarkable because all those, with all those parameters and things I've just mentioned, but I still think he's going to continue to feel more comfortable, more confident, and round out his game.
Bruce Beck, NBC New York.
Dave, you always say it's a team. It's not just the big three. You went small. Jeff Green was important. How impactful was he?
Well, he's been great for us this year. He's made some big shots. He's obviously finished tonight down the lane in the stretch, down the stretch. He gives us versatility defensively. He's mature as a human being, so he's calm and he's able to influence the team in a positive way. And he has experience, so he can change coverages on the fly with him, and he can quarterback that. So, while he might not be the first name that jumps out on our team, I think he does fill a really important role for us in a lot of diverse ways.
Tom Dowd, BrooklynNets.com.
Hey, Steve, for most of the night, not a great night for the second unit, but then down the stretch, obviously, like I just said, Jeff Green, but also Bruce Brown in the fourth. How significant was that for you, the way he kind of came through?
It was great. I mean, Bruce was huge. I thought everyone who played contributed at different times, and Bruce made some great plays. He kind of played the center, picking and rolling, and not allowing them to muck off him as a shooter. We put him in the pick and roll, and he I thought did a great job of getting down the lane, finishing, keeping the floor space, enabling us to get the right matchup in the pick and roll. And so, but his energy, his defense, his rebounding was huge. And Jeff obviously had a great night as well. And the second unit held it down for a while where we could steal a few minutes for Kevin and Kai.
Chris Kirshner, The Athletic.
What have you thought of the job Lloyd has done with his group so far this season?
I really admire what Lloyd's doing. I mean, this is a tough matchup for us. They stretch you out, they space the floor, they put the ball in players' hands, gives them freedom and confidence, but within a structure. And, it's very difficult to guard. They have a little bit of diversity in their offense too. And, and then they play hard. They got length. So Lloyd's a great young coach, only getting better. And, the Hawks are really lucky to have him.
Thanks for your time, Coach.
Okay, thanks, everybody.